Hello and thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video we're going to be around the house again doing some things. I think in my last video while we were around the house doing some decorating and cleaning and whatnot, I shared that I had just gotten my TV or moved some TVs around in my house and had this one mounted on the wall in my bedroom, which I am loving. Previously, I had my TV on a TV stand. It had been on here for many years. And now that TV stand was taken away. And I was looking at the stand and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? It's like a little glass riser or whatever. And so I thought of something to do with it. So I'm going to be sharing that in today's video and just doing some other things around the house. So if you'd like to see what we get into today, keep watching. I was just about to donate that stand when I decided to bring it into my closet and put it in here because my closet has become a mess. I was previously using those acrylic things. They were starting to break up on me and just do things. So my shoes were starting to look a hot mess. So I decided to order some more of those because I like the way that they looked once I put that one that I had in there. So that's what I'm going to be doing is organizing this closet. That's going to be the first thing we do today. So we're going to go ahead and open these up, get them set up, and put them in the closet and get that closet together. This is something I despise doing. As much as I love seeing it organized and together and everything, it is just one of those things that I struggle with keeping it organized. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get it together yet again and see if this is a better system for me. As much as I love decorating, one thing that I am starting to dislike more and more as I get older, and that is the cleaning and organizing piece of it. And you cannot decorate if your house is not clean and organized or if it's cluttered. Those are just rules that I have for myself. But I struggle to get it done because it's just the part of it that I don't enjoy. But here we are. We're going to get this closet together. These stands here, I got them from Amazon, and they will be linked in my Amazon store if anybody is interested in purchasing them. I do like them, and you're going to see the way that they turn out in the closet. I think they're a nice little system here. They're also good for, raising or elevating your TV up a little higher if you need it, which is what I had been using it for. You can also use it for your computer monitor and things like that as well. So whatever, you could use it for cosmetics. There's so many things you could use them for, but I just thought they were really nice. And it definitely has done its job for me as my little TV riser over the years. So once I tested it out in my closet and put my shoes on it and saw that I really liked it, I went back into my order history from Amazon where I had originally ordered this. And of course, the item was no longer available because I saw that I ordered it in 2018. So a whole 8 years ago, it was no longer available. However, they had these. They looked very similar, different brand or whatever. So I figured, how different could it be? The mistake I made, I measured the width of it to make sure that they're going to fit into my shelves in my closet, and they did, and I ordered them and thought I was good to go. I did not measure the length of them, so you're going to see in a little bit that I probably should have done that, but nevertheless, we worked it out. So I got them put together, and you could see as I was putting them together how easy it was. They basically came, all I had to do was put the legs on there or whatever. So I'm in the closet now and I'm pulling these acrylic things out. These did not do me well. I also purchased these on Amazon, but I was not pleased with the purchase. This is some air paper that I use or air pillows that I put into my purses to keep the shape of them. Don't know why that was up there. Also found this VHS tape of my grandmother's funeral service. I think I'm going to have that switched over, converted to digital or whatever. Anyway, while I had that out, I decided to wipe this clean again. And so I've got the new riser here, and you see here the length of the legs is not the same. So on the first one that I had, I was able to get a pair of shoes on the top and a pair of shoes on the bottom. The legs are a little bit shorter on this, so I did not have quite as much room as I needed to put shoes on the bottom. So that was a bit of a bummer at first, but like I said, I did work it out. I don't know what it is so difficult for me to put my shoes back in here the way that they are right now. I only typically wear these shoes on Sundays for church or whatever. For the most part, I'm in my Birkenstocks throughout the week or gym shoes or whatever. But nevertheless, see here, I'm trying here. And this is when I discovered that these shoes, I don't like the way way they fit up under there. So you're going to see later what I ended up doing instead. Some of the shoes fit fine, but some of them do not. I did some purging too while I was doing this process. I think I mentioned that. Some of the shoes I had were really, really high heel shoes that honestly, I just don't do those anymore. So I did finally release some of those shoes that I have been holding on to for some years. And the funny thing is, I don't even know why I was holding on to them because, with leather, over time, they start, if you're not wearing them and conditioning them or whatever, they're going to start to deteriorate or whatever happens to them. And that's what was happening to mine because some of my shoes, I'm telling you, they were upwards of 10 years old or more. So it was definitely time for me to go ahead and let them go. And quite frankly, they're probably going to throw them in the trash. I did donate them, but, even the Goodwill turns down some things sometimes. But anyway, that's what I did. We'll see what happens. But what I decided to do up here is to use this one for belts up under the shoes since it wasn't quite high enough for all of my shoes. So this is a good way for me to organize some of my belts. So that was a good save on that. And I figured I would find a way to use the other one for something else. So I ordered 2 additional ones, so I'll have a total of 3. And yeah, that's what I'm doing here is just getting these shoes put together, belts, all the accessories. I have fans in here. I have all kinds of things. And I was finding all kinds of things in here while I was doing that. So I was long overdue to get this done. I also decided to go ahead and do some cleaning of these scuffs on my walls. My grandchildren come into my closet often. I'm going to blame them, but really it's me too. But anyway, I've decided to use this magic eraser and just kind of clean some of these scuffs off the wall and things like that while I'm in here. And I am going to put a command hook on here. I like to have that. I, in the past, had used it for some of my ball caps on there, but I'm going to use it differently this time. So once I got it dried and everything, I have my command hook here. It says it'll hold up to 4 pounds. So we're going to see. We're going to just go ahead and put that up here on the wall and see if we can use this little space here for something. My experience with command hooks is that they'll say they'll hold a certain weight, but in reality on my walls, for whatever reason, I don't have that luck. So I don't know if it's because of humidity or the temperature. I don't know. Here's another bag that I found while I was going through this process. This is a genuine eel skin bag that I thrifted probably 20 years ago. Have never gotten rid of it. I don't even know if I've ever carried it. If I did, it was some years ago. But anyway, I didn't get rid of it today either. I put it right on back up in here. But I'm going ahead and kind of organizing my purses. I don't know why I can't let that go. I know at one time eel skin was very, very valuable. Not so much now, and it's old and all of that too. I also decided now is a good time to go ahead and condition some of my smaller leather goods here that I have, wallets and things like that. So I'm going ahead and doing that. I'm telling you, I always joke and say, and I shouldn't joke because it's not a funny matter, but I really do think that I have ADHD because I pop around like this is not the way I started my day, but this is what's happening. So one thing leads to another. I'll see something else, and before you know it, I'm off doing something different. And that's what happened in this case. I went off and started cleaning my wallets and things like that. But I'm glad I did, and then I organized them in the closet as well. And I have a ton of fans, hand fans, or whatever that I've just purchased over the years. All of these things are really, really, really old. These things all date back to way back when I was in my corporate life for the most part. But anyway, I still have them, and I am getting them organized here. So I'm putting all these fans where I know where they are because I will take these in my purse to church on Sunday mornings. And then here's my boots on the ground fan here for my dance. But yeah, it's nice to get them all organized. This is a fan here I purchased somewhere in my travels over the years, and I don't think I ever seriously used it, but I keep it, and it's here in the closet. It's been here for forever. It's very, very colorful, but I just can't release it, so it's okay. I'll just go ahead and put that in there. I found another one. Here's one that I purchased. I don't know when, but I'm going to have my fans. That's one thing I'm going to do. All right, so I'm really happy I got this done, even though this is not what I set out to do today. That's how it works sometimes. It's very difficult for me to focus on things. I'm recognizing that about myself, but at least I got something constructive done today. And even though I'm not really totally satisfied with these stands because they're a little bit shorter than the original one, I made it work by putting some belts on there or something shorter underneath. So I'm still kind of freeing up some space in here, which is what I really, really wanted to do. I got my purses all organized. I did do some purging in my closet, which was much needed. I really need to do that more often. So I made some more space for some things, got rid of some things that I know that I just was not going to use or wear. And it was just holding on to a lot of stuff, quite frankly. So I did that. I moved my hats around to a different place. I do not wear my ball caps often, but I have an obsession with them. So I buy a lot of them. I have a lot of them. And they were just here. I wasn't ready to release them because I do pop them on every now and then. So I moved them up higher because I'm not reaching for them on a daily basis. So didn't need those at eye level. Just kind of made things make sense, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's it for this space. Let's move on to the next thing. Another thing about me is that when I do accomplish something, I get motivated to keep going. And that brings me right back in here because now that the TV is no longer on this dresser, it's more visible. This is an old piece as well. I've had this probably about the same amount of time as I'd had the TV stand. And it was covered, so I really didn't pay it any attention. Well, now that it's like this, I'm seeing it more. This is a very, very inexpensive piece. I think I got this from Ashley Furniture a long time ago, and it wasn't like, it wasn't the best. Like, this is not wood. It is starting to stain really, really bad, and also the tracks are not good on it with opening or whatever. Otherwise, I would just paint it and be done with it. And it is, again, one of those old media type chests too. So somewhere down the road, I would love to find a thrifted dresser, solid wood, that I could use to replace this. I need the dresser space. So I want to keep, a dresser type of concept under here as opposed to a TV stand or a console or something like that. But I got to figure it out. And I've got some ideas of how I want it to look. If I could find a thrifted piece, like a project piece, I've been mentioning over here when I go out thrifting that I'm looking for a nice piece to do a project on. That would be my dream. If I could find a nice old dresser that I could kind of rehab and make it look sort of like this, I would be so happy. I'm not sure yet the color that I'm going to go with, if I'm going to stick with the white furniture, if I'm going to switch it out to black. I don't know. But either way, if I could find that project piece of furniture or whatever, that would be amazing. But we'll see what happens with that. Now, this next thing that I have to do, I'm really sad about. I've talked a lot about releasing things earlier from my closet, just kind of getting rid of things that I'm no longer using or that are no longer serving me so that I don't end up with just a bunch of stuff around the house, which is definitely not a goal of mine. One of my beloved plant babies is going to have to leave. She has grown up to the point that I just cannot contain her anymore. I do not have the space for her anymore, and it makes me really sad. Now, one part that makes it a little bit more palatable is that she will be going to a good home, and I will be able to visit her often. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Back in 2020, when we were all at home with nothing to do, I decided to become a plant mom, and I bought a bunch of plants, and I have been nurturing them for all this time. Well, Miss Birdie here has outgrown her space, and she's obstructing the walkway and everything. And I've tried moving her to different places. She likes it right in the direct sun, but this is just no longer working anymore. So she is going to have to be rehomed, and she's going to be going to my son and daughter-in-law's home, and they are going to take care of her. Rotating her is really not an option because of the way that her leaves grow. They would be mashed into the window if I turn her that way and to the side. She just doesn't look right. She has truly outgrown this space, and she's continuing to grow. Look at there. There's a baby coming in right there. So she's getting even taller. So the best thing for me to do would be to go ahead and move her to someplace where she would have more space to do her thing. You can stake bird of paradise, but they really don't like to be heavily staked, so that's not really an option either. So probably the next time you see a home video here, Miss Birdie will be gone. She is my beloved bird of paradise that I have raised from a baby. But she's a big girl now and she has to move on. So anyway, that's the end of today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope you found something inspiring in today's video. And I guess the theme of today's video is sometimes you just have to let some things go. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're not currently subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave today and hit the post notification bell. Also, if you know anyone else that needs to do some home organizing or needs to release some things, be sure to share the video out with them as well. To all my returning family members, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that I see you all over here on my next one. Bye-bye.